Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into the conspiracy side of TikTok. Let's get started.
An anonymous man has posted a video on the dark web entitled "The Dark Web Will Always Reveal the Truth. The Pyramids Are Not What You Think." In this video, he illegally enters the pyramids using a remote-controlled car and stumbles across some terrible things.
Didn't really show a lot. I don't know, that it's probably somewhat real. It probably is from the pyramids, but it doesn't show anything, so I don't know what the conspiracy is supposed to be.
Something crazy about the Matthew Perry memoir is he admits to making a Faustian prayer with God in order to become famous. Perry said that 3 weeks before the Friends audition, he got on his knees and told God, "You can do anything you want to me, just make me famous." He says, quote, "3 weeks later, I got cast in Friends, and God has certainly kept his side of the bargain. But the Almighty, being the Almighty, had not forgotten the first part of the prayer as well." He goes on to admit that Faustian prayer that I made was a stupid one, the one of a child. It was not based on anything real, but it became real. A Faustian bargain is a pact that a person makes, selling their soul for a worldly good or material, such as riches, fame, wealth. The Faustian bargain is also called the deal with the devil. In an interview with Bill Maher, Matthew Perry said that he believes in a higher power and that he has a close relationship with him.
I know that once you've referred to it as a force, and you know, I believe that. I believe that a higher power. There is a higher power.
Right.
I believe I've had a very close relationship with him. That's helped me a lot. And
Somebody's on your side.
yeah.
Matthew Perry admitted that everything is in this memoir. He didn't leave anything out. And one of the more interesting things is that the last chapter of his memoir is titled Batman. And his last Instagram posts were all about Batman, leading up to the end of his life.
Yeah, that one's kind of weird. I've seen a lot of posts on TikTok about his final Instagram posts and all these this Batman symbolism and all this stuff. And then supposedly the last photo that was taken on his Instagram was him in the hot tub that he supposedly had his heart attack in.
If you were at the Denver airport and accidentally found a huge secret underground bunker, what would you do? So there's this conspiracy theory about how the Denver airport has a giant secret underground bunker for the elites in case a doomsday event happens. This idea comes from the fact that the airport was supposed to be built with a large underground structure, but that part was allegedly destroyed. However, there's hallways in the airport that seem to go nowhere unless there's actually a bunker entrance there. And Denver would be a strategically good place for a bunker as it's virtually impenetrable in a nuclear war due to its high altitude. Plus there's other weird things about the airport, like this horse statue that people call Lucifer that literally had its head fall off during its creation, killing the maker, and those really weird paintings which depict doomsday events that are there too. Also, a lot of people say Obama was there in 2011 whenever that comet passed really close to Earth, so it's really weird. What do you think?
I think that sounds about right for the Denver airport.
If you've ever wondered where Asgard is, well, apparently this is where it is. Now, I found this map when I was, wandering around on the internet, and it's a flat earther map. It shows Earth in the middle, and then there's Antarctica, which is supposed to be a giant ice ring, and apparently there's holes in it where you can sail through and go to all these other continents, and these continents are apparently based off of ancient mythologies and stories about these different races of people, and I guess this is where they came from. And I don't know, like, I thought it was pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. Now right here is apparently leaked footage of Beyond the Ice Wall, which it looks pretty cool. It looks like they got an egg city right there. But you know, we're never gonna know if any of this stuff is real unless we actually go there. But we can't go there because there's the military and they'll stop us, which is unfortunate. So you know, we will probably never get to the bottom of this, so let's just forget about it.
All right, how do they... We can't even get the people on the internet to agree on our current map, on whether it's flat or a globe. And this guy's going to add more to it. Where did he get this information?
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Michael Jackson, also known as the King of Pop, was one of the most popular singers, songwriters, and dancers of the 20th century. Made famous by his voice, songs, and the also famous moonwalk, he became an all-time favorite amongst society. On June 25th, 2009, less than 3 weeks before his This Is It show, Michael Jackson died from cardiac arrest in his home after being given various medications by his personal physician, Conrad Murray. However, the video you are seeing now was taken on the same day of Michael Jackson's death, which shows what looks to be the famous pop star being escorted out of a coroner's van into a secluded area. Some might say that this happened before his death, but officials pronounced him dead at 2:26 p.m. Pacific time, and this video was taken at night that same day.
I could see that one being true. Not that I'm saying I believe that Michael Jackson's still alive, but I could totally see it, because if I was him, man, I would absolutely try to fake my death. That's the only way you're going to live any kind of a normal life. And you want what you can't have. So him not ever having experienced any sort of normal life, that's what he's going to desire. Makes sense.
Everyone knows about Epstein Island, but have you heard about Rothschild's Island?
I don't even know who that is.
The Rothschilds are like the most mainstream name when it comes to the Illuminati. Like, everybody knows about them. But yeah, they bought an island off the coast of Antarctica. Why would you want an island in Antarctica?
Why would anyone go to Antarctica?
I think there could be like secret tunnels they have built in under there.
Your go-to is always secret tunnels.
There's no other reason for them to have an island.
Penguins?
I'm going to go with that dude and say penguins.
Conspiracy theory that I've heard a lot is that when the astronauts were walking on the moon, you can see that they kick up a lot of dust. So people say, well, if there's no air on the moon, how is the dust flying around?
Remind me to dust my camera too, will you? Don't forget to dust your camera. We'll keep track of that for you, see?
I'll have to blur that last word out. I don't think that's what they said, but I could be wrong. Man, I don't know. Like most people, I'm torn on the moon landing. It does seem weird that you have all these male singers and actors and stuff that come out wearing dresses and stuff. I mean, you would think they would want to project more masculine. I don't know.
You know how when they tag sharks?
Yeah.
You know, so they tag sharks to like see like their swimming patterns and like see their
they get into.
Yeah, and their vitals like that. So supposedly in 2003 they tagged a 9-foot shark and it went 1,900 feet below sea level, and they think that it got taken and dragged to the bottom of the ocean and eaten by something. So but people thought it was like another big shark, but the tag was still working and it was in the stomach, and they said that the stomach lining was 78 degrees, and like it's not possible for like a shark or like a orca whale to have a stomach that hot, so it had to be something like huge. And I think like it was like some sea monster or something that took that shark and ate it like whole, like either like some megalodon or something. I think it was like a giant squid.
Bruh, I definitely believe in giant,
like sharks or something, or like
a giant
fish.
like kraken or squid. I definitely believe.
Nah, I could believe a giant squid.
The world would be over. They're smart. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, low key, like if 100 foot like squid or like octopus is that big, that probably is smart enough to hide itself from people.
They definitely need to do a little bit more exploration of our oceans and stuff. Put a little bit more money into that and see what the heck's down there.
Y'all, we got fake snow.
Show this shit fake.
Show them again.
Watch this. So this is
styrofoam pieces.
This is styrofoam. Styrofoam.
Oh no.
That's just small pieces of hell.
Something is not adding up with Matthew Perry's death. As you all know, Matthew Perry was found drowned in his jacuzzi at his home in Los Angeles. Days leading up to his death, he was posting cryptic messages on his Instagram in reference to Batman. Starting on October 17th, Matthew Perry posted this video of a cinema room. Every wall was covered with Batman. And he points up to the corner of the room, and there's a bat signal up there. The next post, he posts a bat out on the water where it says, "Sleep well, everybody. I've got the city tonight. Matman." So he's referring to himself as Matman, playing on the pun of Batman. He has something that says, "Batman plays pickleball." It was announced that he played a 2-hour pickleball match right before he died. Now, there's one post that's very bizarre where it's somebody, it's not Matthew Perry's hand. I don't believe it's Matthew Perry's hand, but it's somebody's hand dropping 3 cranberries on a table. And Matthew Perry says, "This is what I've had to eat today. I'm Matman." People are speculating that this had something to do with the Cranberries lead singer, Dolores O'Riordan, as she was found dead from drowning as well. And then he goes on to post a picture of a jack-o'-lantern with the Batman signal carved into it saying, "Do you know what I mean?" And after this, he posts a video of the moon. And all it says is, "Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Matman." And in his 83rd and final post, it shows Matthew Perry in the jacuzzi where he drowned. He says, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good? I'm Matman." In this photo, you can clearly see that he's highlighting the moon, which is behind him as well. And that is another thing, is Matthew Perry died on a full...
See what I mean? There's so much crazy stuff going on around his death. And it, the thing with it is it sounds like a bunch of coincidences. But it's still so weird.
It's one of the most evil, vicious Navy bases in the history of the planet. They do stuff that would make like Santa Claus. Diego Garcia.
So...
Wait.
Sorry.
Diego Garcia. That's where that first Malaysian plane is. That's where it landed. It had 4 scientists on it. Huh? 20 scientists, but 4 had filed for patents. It was Malaysia, but they worked out of Austin, Texas, for Texas Instruments. And the ones behind that plane was Texas Instruments, the government, and Boeing, who made the plane. And everybody is stupid enough to believe that a plane almost a block long can just disappear. With the electronics we have, next generation of cars will come out, there'll be no driver. So we got 4 of those top scientists that had filed for patents worth $400 billion. And then here's a friend of yours who's with us. So 5 of us filed for patents. If we die before the patent is granted, then your brother, who wasn't on the plane with us, he owns them all. So those 4 scientists, and the 5th person was the Carlyle Group. They own them all now. The patent was granted 3 days after the plane was missing.
Wow. I gotta say, that is, I've heard this before, and this is by far the most logical, reasonable explanation I've ever heard on why that Malaysian flight disappeared.
The Simpsons predictions for 2024 are truly chilling. In an episode dating back to 1998, the show hinted at an economic crisis, a nuclear war, and the death of the leader of the United States, all happening in the same year. The episode in question, titled Bart to the Future, provides a glimpse into the future where Lisa Simpson has become the President of the United States. In a conversation with her team, Lisa mentions that the previous administration led by President Biden left behind budget problems and quite a mess. Later in the episode, a news bulletin reports a nuclear clash with an unspecified country, resulting in massive destruction and chaos. While the idea of a nuclear war and an economic crisis is quite frightening, we can certainly hope that these Simpsons predictions do not come true. However, it's hard to ignore the show's track record in predicting major events, which leads us to wonder what else they might have predicted for the future. And precisely, one of the latest episodes of The Simpsons contains an even more terrifying prediction than anything they have predicted before. Do you want a part 2 to find out about it?
Honestly, I don't know if I do. They've predicted so much. They predicted so much, and that's just a little terrifying. Hope none of it comes true. I swear anyone who's letting that man get close to their children at this point, what are you thinking?
I've read every fucking theory on how they built those pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza has 2,300,000 stones in it. Some of them are they weigh between 2 and 80 tons. Some of them are cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. These things point, that pyramid is shaped perfectly. Like, if you fucked up like a quarter inch there, a half inch here, by the time you get to the top, that thing's a mess. But meanwhile, it's not. It's perfect. It's also perfectly aligned to true north, south, east, and west. And they're not really sure how old it is. They think they date it to 2,500 BC, but that's just because of organic particles that they pulled from inside stones. But they also say that they probably could have sealed those stones and resealed those stones over time. You're dealing with like a gigantic mystery of unfathomable proportion.
Again, this theory of ancient civilization, of it being more ancient than previously thought, it's starting to take root.
What makes the water act like this?
Not a good time to go swimming.
You're not even ready to imagine the craziness we're in right now. Antarctica is the most mysterious continent in the world. A new theory is so crazy that it could completely change your perception of the Earth. According to this theory, Antarctica is not just a massive ice continent, but rather an enormous ice wall that surrounds all the continents. In 1992, a new world map was created, the Gleason map, which shows Antarctica encircling all our continents. This theory goes even further. Some believe that if we manage to cross this wall, we will encounter numerous other continents deliberately hidden from us by governments.
Again, I don't know what to think about this theory other than prove it. I mean, show some legitimate proof and then I'll start believing it. I do want to say something before I go. This is my third video of this type, and let me stop moving this stupid squeaky chair. This is my third video of this type, and this is my third day of doing this, and I've gotten 18 new subscribers since yesterday. The first video that I put up has gotten over 1,100 views, and it's been so much fun sitting and watching all the views go up all day, and I'll just genuinely thank you guys. This is giving me a real boost that I didn't realize I needed. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you guys tomorrow.